first raised in 1995, my mother would have known that she'd been deceived.
The British monarchy was shaken to its core. Royal traditions cracked. And, at the center of it all, Prince William. His latest decision about Queen Camilla has stunned the royal family and left King Charles heartbroken. But why? What pushed the future king to make this bold move? And how could this change the royal family forever? The British royal family is built on duty, loyalty, and legacy, but this time duty clashes with emotion. Loyalty battles justice, and legacy hangs by a thread. Because Prince William, the man destined to be king, has made a choice that could forever change his relationship with his father and with Queen Camilla. This isn't just a royal decision, it's a message, a warning, and a declaration that the next generation of the monarchy will be different. And at the center of this royal storm, Camilla is the woman who was once called the villain of the royal family. Her journey from the other woman to queen consort has been filled with scandals, battles, and controversy, but this time she faces an opponent she never expected, Prince William himself. So, what did Prince William do? Why did it bring King Charles to tears? And is this decision a silent tribute to his mother, Princess Diana? But what events led to this shocking decision by Prince William? Let's uncover the roots of this royal conflict. In 2005, the world watched as Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles finally tied the knot, a union years in the making, but one that carried deep wounds from the past. For the public, it was a moment of mixed emotions. For Prince William, it was a test of loyalty, love, and loss. He stood before cameras, showing support for his father's happiness. But behind closed doors, the weight of his mother's memory made this a day filled with heartbreak. The echoes of Princess Diana's life and tragic death still haunted the royal family. For William, Camilla wasn't just his father's new wife, she was the woman forever linked to the collapse of his parents' marriage. The public's hostility toward Camilla was fierce, but William faced a different battle: how to accept his father's love for the woman who had once been at the center of his family's pain. Despite the turmoil within him, William chose grace. He offered his public blessing, saying he and Harry wanted their father to be happy, but his heart carried the scars of the past, and his feelings toward Camilla remained deeply complex. As the wedding day arrived on April 9, 2005, the world witnessed a symbolic moment that spoke louder than any words. During the blessing ceremony at St. George's Chapel, Prince William stood before the congregation and read a prayer. His voice was steady, his presence dignified, a clear sign of his maturity and his desire for peace within the family. But behind that composed expression was a son honoring his father, while silently grappling with his mother's absence. His participation was not just an act of duty, it was a gesture of acceptance, however conflicted. The marriage marked a new chapter for Charles and Camilla, but for William, it closed a door on the family he once knew. It wasn't just about Camilla becoming part of the family, it was about redefining what family meant. The boy who had once walked behind his mother's coffin was now a young man navigating loyalty, grief, and the complicated layers of forgiveness. Though the public saw unity, the tension beneath the surface was undeniable. William maintained a respectful distance, focusing on his studies at St. Andrews while his father and Camilla took on royal duties. Yet the bond between William and Camilla remained cold, polite in public and distant in private. This period planted the seeds of the decisions that William would one day make as the future king. Yet, the controversies surrounding Camilla didn't end there. They only grew stronger. Camilla Parker Bowles entered royal life under a storm of controversy. Branded as the other woman during Charles and Diana's marriage, she became a symbol of scandal and betrayal. Public outrage was fierce, and for years Camilla faced sharp criticism, seen by many as the reason behind Diana's heartbreak. Despite this, she and Charles continued their relationship, and after years of public resistance, they married in 2005. With the title of Duchess of Cornwall, Camilla stepped into royal duties, but the shadow of Diana never left her side. One of the most debated topics was her title. Despite technically holding the title Princess of Wales, she chose not to use it, out of respect for Diana's legacy. It was a strategic move, carefully designed to ease public tension. But it wasn't just the public who watched her closely, so did Prince William. To him, this gesture may have felt like a necessary formality, but it didn't erase the past. Camilla's role in the family was a constant reminder of the pain his mother endured, and her growing influence was something he observed with caution. In 2022, Queen Elizabeth made a statement that shocked the public. On the eve of her Platinum Jubilee, she expressed her sincere wish that Camilla be known as Queen Consort when Charles ascended the throne. For many, this announcement marked Camilla's full acceptance within the royal family. It was a powerful endorsement not just of her position, but of her character and dedication. Yet for William, the announcement carried a different weight. Did he see this decision as a betrayal of his mother's legacy? Camilla's rise from public enemy to future queen consort blurred lines between forgiveness and forgetting. William had spent years honoring Diana's memory through his charity work, his public statements, and his commitment to continuing her legacy. Now, his grandmother's approval of Camilla's future title may have felt like a rewriting of history. The woman once vilified in the tabloids was now on the path to becoming queen. Behind his composed public front, William's discomfort began to grow. Camilla's influence within the monarchy was expanding not just alongside Charles, but within royal operations and decision-making circles. For a man who valued tradition but cherished loyalty, the lines between acceptance and resentment became increasingly thin. But Camilla's biggest clash wasn't with the public, it was with Princess Kate. Tensions behind palace walls reached a boiling point as two of the most powerful women in the royal family found themselves locked in a cold and silent battle, Camilla and Princess Kate. For years, their relationship simmered beneath the surface, masked by royal smiles. But when King Charles's coronation arrived, the tension erupted into full view. The moment was subtle, but unmistakable. As Camilla and Charles left Westminster Abbey, royal watchers noticed something shocking. Kate refused to bow to Camilla. It was a move that broke royal protocol, and the message was clear: Kate was making a statement. But why did she choose this moment to show her defiance? Insiders claim it wasn't just about tradition, it was personal. The roots of their feud ran deeper than the crown. Reports emerged that Camilla had fueled a scandal that rocked Kate and William's marriage, the Rose Hanbury controversy. In 2019, rumors swirled that William had been unfaithful to Kate with Rose Hanbury, a former friend of the couple. The palace stayed silent, but the whispers grew louder, and according to royal insiders, Camilla played a role in stoking those rumors. It was Camilla who allegedly insisted on inviting Rose Hanbury to King Charles's coronation, a move that left Kate furious. To Kate, this wasn't just a breach of trust, it was a direct attack. Inviting Rose to such a high-profile event felt like a deliberate attempt to humiliate her in front of the world. The tension, which had been bubbling privately for years, finally spilled into the public eye. Camilla, known for her sharp tongue and strategic moves, was reportedly enraged by Kate's public snub. She felt disrespected. After all, she was queen consort. But Kate, protective of her family and her reputation, refused to back down. She saw Camilla not only as a rival for public favor, but also as a threat to her family's peace. And in the middle of it all was Prince William. Torn between his wife and his stepmother, he faced an impossible choice. Should he confront Camilla and risk deepening the royal divide, or stay silent and leave Kate to face the fire alone? His loyalty to Kate was unwavering, but he also knew his father's happiness depended on peace within the family. The pressure was immense, and the palace corridors buzzed with rumors of William's growing frustration. But silence was never William's style. He was about to make a move, one that would send shockwaves through the palace and change the balance of power forever. And then, Prince William made his move, a decision that sent shockwaves through the palace. The tension that had been brewing for years finally reached its breaking point. Prince William, known for his calm and composed nature, made a move that sent shockwaves through the royal family. In a stunning break from tradition, he refused to renew the contract of Annabel Elliot, Camilla's sister and longtime interior designer for the Duchy of Cornwall. It was a decision that blindsided Camilla and left King Charles deeply unsettled. But this was more than just a business decision, it was personal. Annabel Elliot wasn't just another royal contractor. She was Camilla's closest confidant and a key figure in managing the properties of the Duchy of Cornwall. For years, she had been deeply involved in overseeing royal estates, from high-end rental properties to historic residences. Her position wasn't just about interior design. It symbolized Camilla's growing influence within the royal family's operations. Under King Charles, family ties had often shaped royal appointments, but with this decision, William made one thing clear: his reign would be different. The significance of William's move was monumental. As Duke of Cornwall, he now controlled one of the royal family's largest sources of private income. By cutting off Annabelle, he was stripping Camilla of her family's foothold within royal operations and sending a direct message. Personal connections would no longer guarantee power. This was William asserting control, not only over finances, but over the future of the monarchy itself. The backlash within the palace was immediate. King Charles was deeply disappointed. Annabelle had been a trusted advisor for years, and her sudden removal felt like a personal slight. For Camilla, it was an open attack on her family's standing. Sources say she was furious, not only because her sister was dismissed, but because of how public and definitive the decision was. It humiliated her within royal circles, where such moves were usually made behind closed doors. But for William, this wasn't just about the duchy. It was about boundaries, power, and loyalty. He had watched Camilla's influence grow, from becoming queen consort to expanding her reach within royal operations. For years, he had remained silent, but now he was making his position known. He wasn't just Charles's son, he was the future king, and under his leadership, there would be no room for favoritism, especially when it came to Camilla's family. This decision wasn't about finances, it was a statement, a power shift that marked the beginning of William's reign, a reign defined by independence, merit, and control. It was also a signal to Camilla. Her influence had limits. But what message was William truly sending with this bold move? Prince William's decision to remove Annabelle Elliot from her long-held role wasn't just about cutting costs or reshuffling staff. It carried a deeper message, one that spoke directly to the future of the monarchy under his leadership. Behind this bold move was a clear signal. The days of family favoritism were over. For years, royal appointments had been shaped by personal connections and loyalty to those within the family circle. But William's decision marked a sharp break from that tradition. It was a statement that merit, not bloodlines, would define his reign. Annabelle Elliot, despite her close ties to Camilla, was removed because her role was no longer necessary. It was a decisive move, one that stripped Camilla of a key source of influence within the Duchy of Cornwall, a territory now fully under William's control. But the decision wasn't just about business, it was about power. Camilla's influence within royal operations had been steadily growing since becoming queen consort, and her family's presence within the duchy only strengthened her position. William's action sent a clear warning: her reach would not extend into his domain. By removing Annabelle, he was drawing a line, one that Camilla could not cross. The timing of this move also raises questions. Was it purely a power play, or something more personal? Insiders believe Kate may have been a factor. After years of tension between Kate and Camilla, many see this decision as a show of support for his wife. It was no secret that the relationship between Kate and Camilla had been strained, especially after Camilla's role in inviting Rose Hambury to King Charles's coronation. Now, William's decision to remove Camilla's sister from power felt like a direct response to those tensions. Royal experts have weighed in, with one insider stating this wasn't just about finances, it was about control. William is positioning himself as a modern leader, one who separates personal ties from professional decisions. Another royal commentator added, "It's clear William is sending a message that his loyalty lies with his own family, Kate and their children, and he won't let Camilla's influence undermine that." The message was undeniable. The next chapter of the monarchy would be defined on William's terms. This wasn't just a break from his father's style of leadership, it was a warning shot across Camilla's bow. As the media pounced on this royal rift, public opinion split into two camps. The media frenzy following Prince William's decision was immediate and explosive. Headlines blazed across newspapers and social media, with the press seizing on the drama between William, Camilla, and King Charles. From morning talk shows to royal commentary blogs, everyone had an opinion, and the public was deeply divided. On one side were Camilla's supporters, those who believed she had proven her dedication to the crown. They argued that removing Annabelle Elliot was a cold and unnecessary move, viewing it as an attack on Camilla's family rather than a professional decision. Some royal experts suggested it was a sign of tension between William and Charles, framing it as a power struggle within the monarchy. But on the other side stood Diana's loyalists, who saw William's decision as long overdue justice. For them, this was more than a business move, it was a symbolic break from the past. Social media platforms buzzed with praise for William, with comments like, "Diana's son is finally standing up against Camilla's influence. This is William protecting his mother's legacy." A wave of support for William and Kate surged across platforms like X and YouTube, with many applauding their modern, no-nonsense approach to royal duties. Younger audiences in particular praised William's focus on merit over favoritism, calling it a refreshing step toward a more transparent monarchy. The couple's popularity soared, with hashtags like King William era and Justice for Diana trending for days. But as the public and media argued, the palace remained silent. No official statement was released, a classic move by the royal family known for its never complain, never explain policy. Insiders hinted that King Charles was deeply disappointed by William's decision, but chose to avoid public confrontation to prevent further speculation of a family rift. Despite the palace's silence, the message was clear. The monarchy was evolving, and William was leading that change. His decision symbolized a shift from personal loyalty to professional accountability. It was a move that echoed the values of a new generation, one that believed in fairness, merit, and boundaries, even within the royal family. The media framed the moment as the dawn of a new era, an era defined not by tradition alone, but by a new kind of leadership, one that balanced duty with justice. But what does this bold move mean for the future of the royal family? With Prince William's bold move shaking the royal foundations, one question looms large: what happens next? As the dust settles, all eyes turn to the future, because this decision may be just the beginning of a new royal era. The biggest question is, how will this affect Camilla's influence? For years, Camilla has steadily built her power within royal operations, but William's decisive action has cut off a key piece of her support system. By removing Annabel Elliot, he has sent a clear message: Camilla's reach will not extend into his domain. If this is a sign of things to come, Camilla's ability to influence royal matters could diminish significantly under William's future reign. But the battle may not be over. Will King Charles step in? Camilla has been his closest companion for decades, and this move directly impacts her family. If Charles views William's decision as a personal attack, he may attempt to restore balance, or even challenge his son's authority. On the other hand, if Charles chooses to stay silent, it could signal that he is ready to let William shape the monarchy's future, even at the cost of family ties. As for William, this decision is a powerful glimpse into his leadership style, a style that values merit over tradition and boundaries over favoritism. If this is how he handles royal affairs now, his future as king may bring sweeping changes to the monarchy. We could see fewer family-based appointments, more professional accountability, and a push toward modernizing royal operations. But this approach also comes with risks. Breaking royal traditions could alienate older generations of royal supporters, and tensions within the family could escalate behind closed doors. The bigger question is, what kind of monarchy will William create? Will he embrace modern reforms, leading with transparency and fairness? Or will he struggle to balance tradition with progress, caught between the crown's legacy and his values? And what about the royal family itself? Could this be the start of a deeper divide between William and Camilla? Or could it mark the beginning of a new balance, where personal conflicts are set aside for the future of the crown? One thing is certain: the monarchy is at a turning point. Prince William has shown that he is not afraid to lead with strength, even if it means challenging his stepmother or his father. But the impact of this decision has only just begun. Only time will tell how this royal drama unfolds. What do you think about Prince William's decision? Comment below and stay tuned for more royal revelations.